Incredible evening. I am testing out a product which is called, it's from Econos. They have Econosub fabric, vinyl, and flock. And I'm going to test them out in making sublimation patches. So just bear with me. We're going to get started. It's going to be fairly quickly. It's 9 o'clock and your girl is tired. Very, very tired. So, we're going to make it real quick. We're going to get it on and popping. Do this real quick, so I can get home and go to bed. And I'm actually probably going to miss putting my kids to bed because it's time for them to go to sleep. It's already 9 o'clock. So I'm most likely going to miss putting them to bed. But I got to do what I got to do. Okay? Let's go ahead. Let me switch over my microphone settings. Audio. What are y'all gonna be able to come get me tomorrow? I am. Okay, there you go. You guys should be able to hear me now. And all this stuff. Over here. Alrighty. Hello. Incredible greetings. All right. So I'm going to test out a what the heck is going on? Why's my camera jumping? Okay. All right, like I said, gonna get this done real quick. I'll probably do a more detailed video later, but I need to get home. I want to see my kids. So yeah. All the paper you ordered is gone, girl. I was talking about you yesterday. I was telling them how you were killing the game in the TikTok shop. I saw your order where you was like, "It's me again." My husband was like, "Who is this?" And I had to explain to him who you were. I was like, "She is killing it." All right, so we're going to make some patches. And the reason why I'm making these as patches is because the shirts that they're going on are going to be like high polyester count. So if you were to, even with our sublimation paper, you technically can sub at 365 for 30 seconds. Even in that short period of time, you can end up with that discoloration from heating up the polyester when it's a colored polyester shirt. So in order to ensure that, that box is minimized, I'm going to create the patches first. That way I can use a lower temperature and a lower time to simply adhere the vinyl to the shirt. I'm not going to use all of them, but I did a whole bunch of prints so that you guys can see the process. So Econosub has three different materials. They have, where's the other one? They have Econosub vinyl. This is basically like your Easy Subly. Then they have maybe flock is more like Easy Subly because it's more of a hand feel, but this is more like a vinyl. Then they have Econosub fabric, and it looks like basically fabric. And then you have Econosub flock. So it has a nice soft hand feel. I want to use the flock one because she is pre-cut. I really think this was too small. I think this one's too big. I'm tired. I'm rushing. It's for her meet and greet tomorrow. So yeah. But I'm going to patches and I'm going to do it a couple different times so you can see it. Not using all of them. I probably use them for other stuff, but I'm just doing this one so you guys can see. So of course I printed just, you know, regular sublimation print to Honestly Speaking sublimation paper. I'm going to cut that part off and cut each one of these out. How are you guys doing? Let me go ahead and do my intro while I am cutting these out. Hello, everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK365. We are the home of Honestly Speaking. We carry the absolute best sublimation paper and ink on the market. With our sublimation paper, you can sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. With our ink, you get amazing colors, even when using just the plain paper setting. So what I printed this with is plain paper. You don't have to use premium matte to get great colors. I would say tumblers are the only time I really have to use premium matte, and that's only if it has black in it. Do I use premium matte? Other than that, I get amazing colors just using the plain paper setting. So definitely check out our products over on shop.hsink365.com, as well as check out our classes on that same one. We teach sublimation, silhouette studio, business, graphic designing, and a whole lot more. All right. So without further ado, I've already pre-cut these. So I'm going to bring this over so you guys can see. So I have cut, actually I have been, oh, you have 2 lives in one day. This is actually my 3rd live today, I think. So I've already pre-cut it. I will say that the fabric, not great for intricate cuts. This is the flock, no, this is the fabric one. So you pre-cut it just like Easy Subly. You cut it right side up, and then you would normally put it onto your garment and then press it. I have not tried putting this inside of the printer. I don't really care for that method with putting it inside the sublimation printer. Like with Easy Subly, it messes it up and then trying to read the registration marks. I don't really care for that method. So I do it the same way that I do Glitter HTV. I cut it out and then I'm going to press to it. But with these, I'm doing them basically as patches. So you are going to need parchment paper. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot use butcher paper for this method, okay? You cannot use butcher paper for this. This is non-stick. So you're going to be able to basically, like I said, make patches. This one is the flock. I'm going to start with this one. And we cut it. We're going to put it face down. Oh, wait. Nope, this ain't the right one. Hold up, homie. Wait a minute. How did this get cut so short? Oh, wait a minute. Now, what the heck did I do? How did this get cut so short? You got to be kidding me. And that means I don't even know what the heck this is cut for if these aren't the right size. I don't know how I'm going to size this up. Okay. So, I screwed up on that one. Let's do, this is flock as well. So we're going to do this one. And I'm going to put it down onto the print. Did you guys know that heat tape is also non-stick? Who, if you did not know it was non-stick, put a 1. If you did know that heat tape was non-stick, put a 2. So I'm going to tape this down paper using heat tape. And then I'm going to turn it over. Don't need any butcher paper on top. Need an additional tape. And we're going to go ahead. I do probably need a little bit more pressure, but we're going to see. We're going to press that for 365, 30 seconds onto the parchment paper, not butcher paper, parchment, because it is non-stick. All right, I gotta figure out what happened with my print. I'm a little upset about that. I gotta recut those then. So we do want to allow this to cool because you have heated up the adhesive on the back. Okay, so we have heated up the adhesive on the back. So we don't want to pull it off too fast so that you don't mess up the adhesive. So I let it cool for a little bit, but it will still stick to your shirt. And we're going to lift this up very carefully so we're not stretching it. Take off my heat tape. Come on. So it's not going to stick to it as if like it was on paper and like, you know, now it's like, or like fabric and it's stuck to your shirt. This will peel right off. Uh-oh. And when that peels off, you have this patch that I can now apply directly to a shirt. All right. And then here is what's left of that. All righty. The next one I'm going to do is the fabric. As soon as I figure out what oh, here it is right here. So this one is the fabric. It's the flock. This was flock. So I'm going to put this to the side. Now the fabric one, oh Lord, cutting this and then trying it out wasn't that great of a process. So I'm going to just sub it and then I'll try out the negative parts after the fact because this was a hot mess. Friggity calm with trying to weed this out. So we're just going to place that on there as such. I did files up in Silhouette Studio. Little heat tape on it. Ooh. So I did a little internal offset on this one. So I got to make sure that I pull it into the right position. So I'm going to do both of these at the same time. So that is the fabric one. And then the flock one is here. So this makes it to where you don't have to do an actual print and cut. So no matter why this, oh, it cut off on the bottom. It was too close to the edge. I'd be darned. Okay, I want to kind of switch. I want to switch these because I don't plan to use the fabric one. I plan to use the flock one. So I want that to be the one that has like the full print. So we're going to switch these out. Okay. And then this one, we're going to put like so, like that, as Tabitha Brown would say. $365, 30 seconds. The first one was Flock. This is Econosub Flock. What's in there now is Econosub Fabric and Flock. So it's one of each. I didn't cut anything from the Econosub vinyl. Uh-oh. So we're going to let that sit for a minute just so that the adhesive can basically harden back up. I just brought a sheet today to test it out. I love how it felt on the sample in the store. You purchased the okay, no, you think you brought the Flock one. So the Flock one has a softer hand feel than the fabric. So this one is fabric because I know that because it is cut off at the bottom. Oh, I actually love the way this fabric feels though. OMG. So like this is softer, but I really like, oh, I need to clean my rollers. Okay, I gotta be careful with this so that it doesn't stretch it. I put it on the wrong area near holes. So we're going to have to be very, very careful with peeling this one off. All right, let's go to this one. I like this one too, though. You have to make sure you take all of it off because if not, that part won't stick to your shirt. Let me grab my weeding pen. Where is my weeding pen? Oh, right here. You got to make sure you pull all of the heat tape off. And I don't have nails, so I need the assistance of a weeding pen. Come on, Nat. Oh, come on. Don't do me like this. Seriously? Okay, there it is. I should have been a little bit more careful when I peeled this off because what's left is like little pieces, and it's going to be a pain in the butt to get those off. Oh, come on. Okay. I'll get it off in a minute. So this one I'm going to be really careful with. Oh, was I sticking holes in that? Okay, no. Yeah, the fabric is really thin. You have to be careful to not stretch it because until it's adhered to the shirt, it can fray. So you have to be very careful to not stretch it and cause it to fray. This one right here is a pain in the butt. It's probably better for solid print versus something like this that has all of these little small intricate pieces that can rip. So I'm trying to be extremely careful to not stretch this out of place because it has inner parts to it and I don't want to rip it. So if you wanted to, you literally could make these and sell these to a client. This, they would be able to apply just like regular heat transfer vinyl. They would be able to apply this to a garment or fabric with just a regular home iron. So I chose not to peel and I've kind of like fused them back together, but this fabric, it feels great, but it was not made for this type of design that has all of these small holes in it. As far as cutting them, I should have left them, but this one is ready to go. We put it on the shirt will show through in those areas. Now, if I was to put this on a white shirt, it probably wouldn't be so bad, but as is, yeah. All right, so we did that one. My other one, this is, I have no idea how this ended up being the wrong size. Like, I'm so confused. So I got to cut another one of these, but I have this one and I need to cut another one of these. So I'm going to do one more and then I have to recut the rest. Okay, this one is actually on the printer right now. I mean, not the printer. It literally just came off of my Silhouette Cameo. I'm still trying to figure out the right settings. These were, although this one was just like I put the settings in and it just cut as is. So this was a blade of 7, a force of 24, a speed of 5, and I think I did 2 or 3 passes. The first set, I had to figure it out. So it was trial and error with figuring out the settings. I just, I didn't remove it once it was done. I kind of used my weeding tool to check it. If it wasn't quite done, then I would send it for another pass. The first set, they took quite a few runs to get it to cut all the way through. This flock is kind of thick. This tape was only because my mat wasn't super sticky and I didn't want it to move around, so I taped it down. But if your mat is sticky, you won't have to worry about that extra piece of tape. All right, we're going to put some heat tape on this. All right. Let this hang off because there's ink on that. And press it for 30 seconds. Yes, this is actually my first time using the Econo line of products, whether it's the flock, the fabric, the vinyl I haven't even used yet because I didn't cut that one. I wanted to test the fabric and the flock. Because vinyl, I know kind of how vinyl's going to cut, so I wasn't worried about that. What store did you purchase the material from? It's called Econosub. So it's, you go to their website, you can Google it, Econosubs. Or is it Econo Transfer? I'll look it up. I forget. But it's called Econosub Flock. So we're going to let that sit to cool. And then I'm going to put it on the shirt. All right. What did I do with the shirt? Oh, I'm so mad at this stupid tape that it split as I was taking it off. Because trying to get up under that mug is no fun. There we go. Just got to be careful getting the tape off. Because if you leave any of it on there, you will see it once you press because it's not going to adhere to your garment in that section. So you got to get that tape off. Okay, this is upsetting me. I hate not having nails sometimes. I bite the crap out of my nails. Okay, there it is. All right, there we go. Econo Transfer. Yeah, there we go. All right, now let me see. Okay, yeah, I like that size. Much, much, much better. Yes, much better on that size. Okay, let me figure out what I did with the shirt. I'm going to actually put one of the other ones on a... So I'm going to take this down, basically like it's regular vinyl. So we're going to go to... Ooh, dang it. It's going to take 13 minutes to get back to 305. My God. Well, I'm going to do the one, and I'm just going to press it to this fabric. Because it doesn't really matter on the cotton one. It's just on the sublimation, on the polyester one, I need the temp to be lower so that I don't get that harsh line of demarcation for the discoloration. So we're going to just put this here. We want to increase our pressure because we don't need a lot of pressure for sublimation, but we need pressure to take that adhesive on the vinyl and push it into the fabric. So I think I probably put too much pressure on it. Oh, wait. Let's take this all the way to 4, which should be 12 seconds, and press that. You do have to cover the transfer. It now has sublimation ink on it. So you do have to put a cover on top of that so that that sublimation ink does not get on your platen. Oh, that feels amazing. Ooh. It's definitely thinner. This is Jet Pro 3G. Definitely thinner. A little better hand feel than that. Doesn't sound all crunchy. All right. I'm going to do that fabric one. I want to kind of feel that one right next to this. All right, now move your little butt over. Okay. Let's see. This is the fabric one. Now, I don't remember which side is which side was down. Oh, Lord Jesus. That's okay. I thought this was going to feel thinner than the flock because it feels thinner. I mean, it's nice though. Ooh. So the fabric, the edges of it is definitely less raised than the flock. The flock is thicker. So like taking your hand across it this way, you can feel where the edge of the flock is. This one, yeah, I guess you can feel it. It's just not as much. I gotta really feel for it. But I like the way this feels. You can stretch it. It's not gonna crack. Let's test this one. Definitely not cracking. I like. Oh yeah. We're gonna make some more of these. I'm gonna make me some shirts for HS Ink with this. Oh, this is nice. Okay, look, listen. Big difference in the sound. This is Jet Pro 3G. And then you have this. Oh, I like this. And the colors are absolutely amazing. But hey, what do we expect when we're using Honestly Speaking ink? Like, come on. This is nice. All right, so we're going to get that down. We're still waiting. We have about 6 minutes left on that. Okay, so the question over here is, I'm going to switch over to the audio on this side. Okay, so the question over here is, they told me where I brought mine today to press to the garment at 310 and then press the. So you can do it that way. What I'm doing is patches. So I did not want to have a lot of heat because I'm going to put this on polyester shirts. If you are pressing it to cotton shirts, you won't have that issue really. But the shirts that have polyester in it, I have some that are coming that are like full on polyester, but they're colored. If your temp is too high or you're pressing it for too long, you're going to end up with that line of demarcation, like that box of like the discoloration that you have to wait for it to cool for it to go away. But by making a patch, you can use a lower temp and minimize that box of discoloration when you heat it up. Both ways can be done. I have done it that way before. So I have videos where I have shown me putting the vinyl down. It was more so like Glitter HTV and Easy Subly, but I have put it down on the shirt. You line it up, you tape it. You can do it both ways. When you do it that way, where you're putting the fabric, oh, hold on. If you do it to where you put the fabric, the transfer on the garment first, you have to have a light source to be able to see where to line it up at, or you're going to have to go in and cut around, either do a print and cut, or after it's cut, like I've shown videos, I'll cut like strategic little areas. That way it gives you a reference point to line it up. This way, I'm able to do it without having to do anything extra. I'm lining it up, I'm putting some heat tape, I'm pressing it, and then I'll press it to the shirt. So both ways can be done. They just serve different purposes. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining us live this evening. All right. Hey. Hello, new here. I'm looking for your Facebook group. I need to locate the tacky paper settings. So the settings for them, they are on our, like the only thing that's different is your density. So I do everything the same. If you watch any of our videos for the sublimation settings, everything is the same. The only thing that differs for the tacky paper is that you have to take the density down a lot more because of the coating that's on top. So my density is normally down to like 21, 22, 23, 24, somewhere in there. Everything else remains the same. All right, I have no idea what this shirt is. Hold on one second. Oh, here it is. Now I be a monkey's uncle. I gotta go get my makeshift lint brush. Because I still don't know where my lint brush is. Don't talk about my ghetto lint brush, okay? All right. Oh, ma'am? Okay. Yeah. This is our 6-inch tape. Don't come for me and my ghetto lint brush. It gets the job done when you can't find your lint brush. All right, now come off in one piece now. Now I'm just wasting ish. Seriously? Anybody got time for this? I'm not wasting this. I'm using this as is. Come on, dude. How did this get cut like this? All right, this is a lot of wasted tape because it was split. All right, that's my little ghetto heat tape. All right, I gotta just make sure that this is nice and square. We're gonna put a piece of parchment paper on top because we have to protect our heat press from the sublimation ink. Actually, I should have used a, I'm gonna just tack this and then I'm gonna get my pressing pillow. So I'm just gonna do a 2-second tack just so that it doesn't move. And yep, it's right here. Ugh. And it's all done. I really like the way that feels. Oh, you didn't put it on a garment bag? Cool, cool, cool. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Hello, Katrina. How art thou? Hey, Carm. Hello. How are you? Any questions? Oh, I really want to put this, but the other shirts aren't here yet. I love this patch. Wait, wrong way. There we go. I love this patch. You can see the texture of, this is the flock. If you want to see the texture of, well, I don't know if you guys want to see it because it's like it's casting a shadow. And these are the wrong size. So I would have to print one that's this size or cut one that is this size. I can't believe that is so much smaller. I'll probably print. It's easier for me to print this size than to cut another one of those. I have paper for days to waste. So this is Econosub. So they come from Econo Transfer. They have a couple different products. They have Econosub vinyl, which feels like HTV. You have Econosub fabric, and then you have Econosub flock. So this has a soft hand feel to it. It feels like flock. So these are I have no idea what I did with the other. Oh, it's not on the roll, but I'm just going to put it like this so that you can see it if you want to take a screenshot. Oh, come on. I don't know if you can see it. So Econosub fabric, vinyl, and flock. And then on this side, Econosub vinyl, flock, and fabric. And just so that you guys can see the shirt again. Here we go. All right. So if there are no questions, thank you guys so very much for joining. Don't forget to visit our website, shop.hsink365.com. That's where you're going to find all of our Honestly Speaking sublimation products, our sublimation paper and ink, as well as our classes. Right now, all classes are buy one, get one 50% off. Buy one, get one 50% off. All of these were designed and set up right in Silhouette Studio. Okay, so you can use Silhouette Studio as a standalone graphic designing software. It's not just for the Cameo, just for the cutting machines. But of course, when you need to cut, it is great to have the machines as well. But I could have easily set this up in Silhouette Studio, saved the cut file as an SVG, took that SVG over to Cricut Design Space, cut out the vinyl, and you would still print this, like the print, from Silhouette Studio. This would still come from Silhouette Studio. It's just that you would take the cut file, none of the color, welded, where it's a solid color, solid file, save that as an SVG, take that over to Cricut Design Space, cut out your vinyl, right side up. You do not mirror it on the material. And then cut it. And then, of course, these are patches where everything is solid. If you have pieces that are not, I have yet to use or try using any type of transfer or masking tape on this, but you would need to still cut it right side up, weed it all out, and weed it onto the backing. Then put your transfer paper on and try and lift all of it up. Doing it that way, it would be best to put it on your fabric first. So you just want to tack it down 2 or 3 seconds or 3 to 5 seconds, tack it down, take it off, and then line your print up and then press it. Okay. My Facebook groups, I have 2. I have Silaholics Anonymous as well as Honestly Speaking, the name of our products. Honestly Speaking and Silaholics Anonymous is what you will search to get to our free Facebook groups. All right. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.